A pleasant afternoon once again. This is Jen Canseco of the Philippine Franchise Association. Before we proceed to our webinar, allow me to take this opportunity to greet our Facebook Live viewers. Please join us in our discussions later by dropping your questions in the comment section. Also joining me today is my colleague, Kat Hereza. Hi, Kat. Good afternoon.
Hi Jen, good afternoon. Greetings to all our participants. I hope everyone is staying healthy and strong. March is almost over and just like that, the first quarter of 2021 is done. I do hope that everyone remains safe for the coming months. But before we begin, let us offer a short prayer and ask for guidance. Let us put ourselves to the presence of the Lord and remember that God is always with us. Let us all pray. Almighty God and Father, we thank you for gathering us virtually today for our webinar on how to invest in the right franchise. Look kindly in our hopes and aspirations and bless the work of our hands so that our labors will bear good fruit and will be of service to our neighbors. We pray that this activity will be an avenue for new opportunities, not only to our presenters, but to our attendees as well. We also pray that we will learn to always seek your will and your plans for us, for we know that as our Father, your plans are bigger than our plans. Lastly, we pray that you guide us out of this crisis and become better persons in doing our fair share to make this world a better place. All this we pray, trusting in your providence and mercy. Amen.
Thank you so much, Kat, for that beautiful prayer. I know everyone is excited to hear and learn from our speakers and discover new and great franchise business opportunities. Before we proceed, allow me to briefly remind everyone of our house rules. Kindly ensure a stable internet connection for better viewing experience of the webinar. Kindly ask your questions related to the presentation through the Q&A box found at the lower portion of your screen. Requests for presentations, kindly take screenshots using your devices to capture the slides, or you may watch the replay of how to invest in the right franchise webinar on PFA Facebook and YouTube accounts. Should the presentation be too large or too small on your screen, kindly adjust in view options found at the top portion of your screen. You may opt to fit to screen or view side by side. If you want more information about certain brands, please leave your contact details in the chat box indicating your name, email address, mobile number, and the name of the brand you are interested in. For an e-certificate, kindly email us at pfawebinars@pfa.org.ph. And please indicate your full name, company, or organization, and the reason for requesting of the certificate. We also encourage everyone to use your social media accounts to post comments and suggestions about how to invest in the right franchise webinar by using the hashtag #BeTheBoss. Lastly, let's practice and observe respectful comments and refrain from using the offensive language in the chat box. Thank you very much. And later, before we end, we would like to encourage everyone to participate in our short survey to know which brands you would like to get in touch with. Moreover, we would like to inform our participants that by joining the poll later, you agree to share your email, name, and contact number to our presenters. This will help them contact you on their franchise packages. And also, please follow us on our social media accounts at Philippine Franchise Association and PFA website at www.franchisefinderph.com. Thank you, and back to you, Kat.
Thank you, Jen. This afternoon, we're fortunate to have with us the Vice Chairman of the Philippine Franchise Association, Ms. Bing Sibal Limhoco, to give the welcome remarks and session overview. We also have with us a resource speaker who is currently the operations consultant of Francorp Philippines to share his expertise and advice on wise franchise investment and how to detect and avoid franchise scams. Mr. Gabby Gonzales.
Yes, Kat, and later we will hear from our PFA members such as Kerrimo, LC Big Mak Burger, Cafe Amazon, a new franchise sales and management featuring Mr. Donut, Shawarma Shack, Parent Cafe, Easy Day Shop, and Phoenix LPG. And learn more on how to move forward and embrace the changes brought by the pandemic.
And of course, we also have this afternoon a special presentation from InLife Insular Healthcare and International Workplace Group to share the services that they have helped us. They have to help us have a better new normal.
So let's get this started. To welcome everyone this morning and give a session overview, it is with great honor to introduce a distinguished leader and one of the most prominent names in the Philippine franchising sector. She holds key positions in various organizations such as the current chairman of the Philippine Chamber of Commerce and Industry, the vice chairman of the Philippine Retailers Association, and vice chair of Phoenix Publishing Group. She is a multi-awarded leader and recognized as the mother of the Philippine franchising. Our distinguished speaker is behind the success of some big brands in franchising, such as Potato Corner, the Generics Pharmacy, Bench, Pen Shop, Turk Shawarma, and among others. Let us now give our warmest welcome to the Vice Chairman of the Philippine Franchise Association, Dr. Bing Sibalim Hoka. Good afternoon, Ma'am Bing.
Good afternoon. Thank you, Jen, for that kind introduction. Good afternoon to all. On behalf of the Board of Trustees of and officers of the Philippine Franchise Association, it is my honor to welcome each and every one of you to this seminar, How to Invest in the Right Franchise Wisely webinar. Then allow me to express my gratitude to all our participants for taking the time in joining us this afternoon. Your presence shows your willingness to learn and eagerness to start your own business. Your participation also inspires us to continue pursuing our advocacy to use this webinar as a way to encourage our balikbayans to start a business via franchising, and also very important, to educate our fellow Filipinos on wise franchise investments. The PFA's way of guiding you on how to detect and avoid franchise scams or be swayed by the fly by night franchise concepts. Because franchising is successful, there are indeed many pseudo franchises. As a matter of fact, this has alarmed DTI, and we said that we will help them, the Philippine Franchise Association will help them in identifying these pseudo or fly-by-night franchise concepts. So let me make it clear also that franchising continues to be the best start of a business because it is tried and tested, 90% success rate. You don't have the trial and error phase of most businesses. This is why franchising has a higher success rate. Let me tell you the story. Sometime in 1997, during the Asian financial crisis, wherein the dollars was from 29 went up to 39 and 40 plus. So there were many who were retrenched, retired, and many overseas Filipinos came. There was a group of they were laid off. So I won't call them yet entrepreneurs, headed by Mr. Jess Nictao. There was a group that bought the Jollibee franchise at that time. So it was a big group. And do you know now? They have 50 brands. That group now has 50 brands. That's all franchising. So there's a better future even for them. So, understandably, the COVID-19 pandemic has made a severe impact on franchising, but the sector has since then pivoted, and you will meet some of these brands in a few minutes after the presentation. Then, on this note, allow me to extend my warm thanks to our brand presenters and our speaker, Gab Gonzales, for giving us the opportunity to explore the world of franchising and its opportunities. Yes, Philippine franchising has proven itself to be a resilient sector in the economy and is in fact poised for recovery, leading to the golden age of franchising, which is now 2021 to 2025. They say franchising is good in good times, but franchising is better during the challenging times. With the vaccines gradually coming to our country, we're hoping that better days are coming for the business industry, most especially for the franchising sector. Hence, we are confident that franchising will continue to create businesses and hence generate jobs, which, as we continue to help our economy back to acceleration mode again. We encourage you all to listen and actively participate in this webinar. Engage yourself in asking questions. After all, the goal of this webinar is to help you understand the fundamentals of franchising and the principles of wise franchise investment. We hope that this webinar will bear good learnings and will encourage you to do your part in our economic recovery. Maraming salamat po at mabuhay tayong lahat. So let me give you the seminar overview. The first is definitely to educate the public on wise franchise investment. Then, we want to encourage entrepreneurship through franchising. Then, it is organized by the Philippine Franchise Association. When we set up PFA in 1995, our mission is really to create thousands of entrepreneurs and millions of jobs. And at that time, 95, nobody will believe that this was possible. But of course, now you all know we were able to reach that. That's why we are the franchise hub in Asia. Then the program flow is how to invest in the right franchise, the franchise package of select few PFA members, and the flexible working and the next franchise frontier by IWG and Insular Health Care Wellness, also for a lifetime. Wellness for a lifetime. Thank you very much and have a very productive seminar.
Thank you, Ma'am Bing, for for that wonderful message. Moving forward with our program, may we ask our presenters for a group pictorial? Miss Grisel, may we ask you for your to turn on your video? And Sir Ruben? There you go. All right, everyone, let's smile for the camera. One, two, three. Smile. Okay, one more. One, two, three. Smile. All right, we got it. Thank you, everyone. Jen?
Okay. Thank you again, Ma'am Bing. Moving forward, let us now proceed with the program. Before I introduce our resource speaker, let me echo what Ma'am Bing said. If you have questions regarding the presentations, please don't hesitate to put in your questions at the Q&A tab. All right, this afternoon, we are pleased to introduce our resource speaker who has worked in the service industry, particularly in operations, for more than 20 years. He had extensive training in Jack in the Box, Jollibee, and Gourmet's Cafe. He was part of the opening team with opened Starbucks Coffee here in the Philippines, where his primary role was to open retail stores in new markets. He was under the Operations and Learning and Development Group for 13 years, which he taught classes and guided newly promoted and up-and-coming retail store managers. He also taught in San Sebastian College, where he guided young talents to become successful in the service industry. He was the Vice President for Operations and Management Services for Gold's Gym Philippines, where he played a critical role in the brand's dynamic expansion program. He also worked as the head of the operations group of Dunkin' Donuts Philippines, where he looked after all company-owned and operated locations in NCR. So, ladies and gentlemen, we are proud to introduce the operations consultant of Francorp Philippines, Mr. Gabby Gonzales. Good afternoon, sir.
Hi, good afternoon. Thank you very much, Jen, for that very, very kind introduction. Okay. Uh, my name is Gabby Gonzales. I work for a company called Francorp. We're a franchise consulting company that has been operating in the Philippines for almost 25 years already. So during the course of the 25 years, we have developed many, many Filipino brands to grow into franchising. No? Ang count ho namin yata is lumampas na kami ng 600. Brands that you might be familiar with are maybe the ones from the start, no? The ones like Jollibee, Maxes, Go Deluxe, Bench. With the recent successes naman, we have the Generics Pharmacy. Actually, when Generics Pharmacy joined Francorp, no, they were one Botica store. Right now, there are over 2,000 already. Okay, there are the likes of Turks, Shawarma Shack, and many, many more. In our pie of clients of Francorp, 50 to 60% are in food retail, while the rest of the way is segmented into services already. When we say services, marami po yan, no? Nasa health and beauty segment. Nandyan po ang mga spas, salons, barbershop, any business po na involved sa pagpapaganda po, no? Marami po tayong tinutulungan ng mga negosyo na ganyan, no? In the medical field, we also do diagnostic centers, uso po ngayon yan, because of the situation, dialysis centers, uh, in the auto and auto retail industry and auto care, marami po tayong ginagawa ng mga auto detailing, car wash. In the education sector, may mga Montessori po tayo, microfinance, pet and pet care, marami pong franchise na ginagawa right now. Because franchising is very, very vibrant in the Philippines, no? Actually, in the whole of Asia, Philippines is the authority when it comes to franchising, no? Yung mga counterparts natin, they go to the Philippines to learn how we do it here. Okay. So welcome to this seminar, how to invest in the right franchise and how to detect and avoid yung mga franchise scams katulad ng mga sinasabi ni Ma'am Bing kanina. Okay. So let's begin with the talk already. Okay. So first slide, kalagay, if you don't build your dream, someone will hire you to build theirs. So ibig sabihin yan, at some point in your life, you need to commit to your dream of becoming an entrepreneur and be the boss. Okay? So next slide, please. So I'll tell you a little bit about the Philippine Franchising Association, no? Ito po yung nag-organize nitong seminar na to right now, no? So the Philippine Franchising Association is founded in 1995. Uh, we are the pioneer franchise association in the country, no? There are others who followed, pero ang PFA po ang pioneer, no? Members include the country's biggest franchises, both local and foreign. Okay, 63% of members are MSMEs. So when we say MSMEs, ayan po yung micro, small, and medium entrepreneurs, no? Parang ayan po ang nagda-drive ng economy natin, hindi lang po yung mga big boys na brands. Okay? The PFA is a voluntary self-regulating governing body, no? So ang role po ng PFA is to create and monitor successful and responsible franchisors. Okay, it is the only international recognized franchise association in the country, and the PFA is the voice of the Philippine franchise sector. Okay, so a little bit about history, no? So before the PFA, franchising was only for foreign and large enterprise, mga big boys lang. Late 80s, early 90s, ang mga active po dyan, sila maybe brands like McDonald's, 7-Eleven, A&W. But because of the efforts of the PFA, franchising was introduced to MSMEs. So ibig sabihin, kahit po mga individuals or families could become franchises already. At nagbigay po ito ng pag-asa sa mga small business operators na pwede po silang lumago through franchising. No? Very evident po yan sa Philippines. Okay? Before, ang average growth po is 1 franchise per year. No? Not very dynamic. No? Pero right now po, ang average growth in the Philippines is 62 new franchise concepts po every year. Marami po tayong pwedeng pagpilian. Okay? Before, there was lack of public awareness. Hindi po alam ng mga taong franchising. Kapag na-mention po ang franchising, what comes to mind is prangkisa po ng jeep o prangkisa po ng bus o prangkisa po ng taxi. Okay? But because of the PFA, franchising has become a preferred investment option. Ito na po yung naging in na investment option sa Philippines. Okay, so if you want to be your own boss and go into business, so kino-compare lang po rito yung traditional way of getting into business and franchising, no? Most common po sa mga families, pag gusto po magbukas ng negosyo, magbubukas po ng kainan, no? Karinderya, no? Meron pong mga tinatagong recipes, mga family heirloom, mga signature dishes. So now it's the time para i-highlight siya, no? So nagbubukas po ng kainan, ng canteen. Ngayong pandemic, usong-uso po yung mga nag-online selling. Or next po is pupunta sa transport sector, no? Bibili po ng UV Express, okay? O kaya bibili po ng magda-down po para sa isang sasakyan na gagawing Grab. Okay? O kaya magtitinda po ng sarili, no? Sariling convenience store, sariling sari-sari store, sariling clothes shop. So ayan po, yung traditional, no? And then ito na po yung makabago, which is very dynamic, which is franchising, no? Ayan po ang pag-uusapan natin today. So the next slide, it's a graph that basically shows yung lifespan ng isang new concept of a business versus a franchise concept. So yung front portion, yung blue one, it indicates na a new concept, a startup, may be successful in the beginning, pero towards the 5th year, it begins to lose steam already. Okay? Hindi masyadong enduring, mahina ang endurance, no? Kapag binuo lang yung business. Whereas, i-compare natin doon sa block sa likuran, the red one, pag franchise concept po is mas malaki po yung chance na lumagpas ng 10 years yung survival rate niya, no? And kung kayo po ay franchisee at yung branch nyo is lumampas ng 10 years, most likely hindi na lang po yan ang branch nyo, no? Dapat po meron na pong ikalawa yan o ikatlo na o baka meron na po kayong ibang franchise concept na franchise. Okay? Next slide, please. Okay. So overview of franchising in the Philippines, okay? So right now, number of franchise brands in the Philippines is 1,500. Baka mas marami pa. Okay. So yung pie niyan, 32% is foreign, pero hindi po ganyan yung scenario, no? Kung wala pa po nung wala pa po ang Philippine Franchise Association. Okay? And 68% is local, no? During that time, mas malaki po yung mga foreign brands, no? Sa segments naman po, food and food retail is in 45%, retail is 30%, and services is 25%. Okay. So the number of franchise brands in the Philippines right now is 422. Baka mas marami pa po yan, no? And number of concepts, no, na pumunta na po overseas is 20 or more, no? So for those of you who are well-traveled, maybe may mga brands po kayo na familiar na nakikita pag nasa ibang bansa kayo. That's basically, ano po yan, fruit po yan ng franchising, no? So marami na po tayo mga local brands na nag-venture na po outside of the country. Nagsisimula po sila, maybe Southeast Asia, tapos po Middle East, tapos US and Europe, no? Kung saan po maraming concentration ng mga kababayan natin. Sigurado po, meron po kayo mga familiar na brands na makikita na galing sa Pilipinas. Ang kainaman po niyan, sometimes yung mga lokal po doon sa country na yon, they don't even know na galing sa Philippines yung mga brands na yan. Okay. So yung sales as of 2015, ang kino-contribute po ng franchising sa economy natin is 16 billion. So ngayon po, baka mas malaki na po yan. Okay, so what is franchising, no? So i-differentiate na natin yung mga types of franchising, no? So number one, meron pong form of franchising which is product distribution franchising, no? Supplier-dealer relationship lang po to, no? It's basically, nagbabagsak lang po ng produkto si supplier dyan po sa lugar nyo, tapos kayo po ang nagtitinda. So wala po masyadong commitment, wala po masyadong assistance. So basically, taga-tinda lang po tayo ng produkto nila, tapos minsan po maybe consignment, maybe terms, dyan po kayo kikita dyan, no? So franchisee merely sells the franchisor's products. Whereas yung opposite po niya, yung business format franchising, it is the full integration of the business. So ito po yung totoong franchising, okay? So franchisee, kayo po yan, not only distributes the franchisor's products and services under the franchisor's trademark, no? Pag-uusapan po natin yan later, no? But also implements the franchisor's format, no? And procedure of conducting the business. So basically, sinasabi niya, nire-replicate po natin yung business ni franchisor, yung successful business, no? Basically, para po sila nagbukas ng isang branch na hindi na po sila ang may-ari. Ayan. Next slide, please. Okay. So sa franchisor, ba't po sila pumapasok sa franchising, no? Yung mga clients po ng Francorp, no? Bakit sila pumapasok sa franchising? Because way po nila to para i-systematize yung successful business nila. Okay? They do it for expansion strategy. Okay? Para mas marami po silang territories and market na mabuksan. Okay? And it's a brand building activity. Okay? Why are franchisees attracted into franchising naman? So number one is the freedom to own a business. No? You will become your own boss when you become a franchisee. So you bring your expertise. Okay? Ang franchisee po, makaka-experience po ng expertise ng franchisor, no? Because ang franchisor po is very experienced already. At meron po silang ipahihiram sa inyo na system of doing business. So hindi na po to hit and miss, trial and error. When you become a franchisee, ano na po yan? Ginawa na po lahat ng franchisor yan for you. Okay? So you are in a business for yourself, but not by yourself, no? So imagine pag ikaw magko-conceptualize ng sarili mong negosyo, isipin mo lahat siya, no? From the name, products, procedures, procurement, permits, lahat po yan, cargo niyo yan. Whereas pag nagkaroon po kayo, when you become a franchisee, lahat po yan is guided already, no? Meron pong mag-assist sa inyo every step of the way. Okay, so franchise business model, no? So meron po palaging dalawang operating personalities. So si franchisor, SOR po ang tawag, franchisor, sila po yung mga may-ari ng concepts, no? Sila po yung originator of the brand or parent company, owner of the brand and operating system, no? So remember, ito po mga franchisor na to, bago po nila na-reach yung level of success na yan, no? Nakapasok sila sa franchising, marami po silang hit and miss na ginawa, no? Marami po silang mistakes na dinaanan, and mistakes in franchise, well, mistakes in any business will cost money. Okay? So when you become a franchisee, dapat hindi na po natin dadaanan yan. Okay? Dahil pinave na po ng mga franchisor yung way para maging smooth po ang pagpasok nyo at pag-operate ng business na yan. Okay? Of course, the franchisee or active investor or operator. So kayo po yan, yung mga naghahanap po ng franchise right now, no? You provide capital, you provide the employees, and you provide the time to manage your unit. Next slide, please. So what are the advantages to you? So when you become a franchisee, kasama po sa franchise agreement, papayagan po kayong gamitin yung pangalan ng mother company, no, yung trade name po nila, no? So normally po, malalakas na po ang ano niyan, brand image, no? Known na po yan sa market, no? Kaya nga sila pumapasok sa franchising, no? So under the franchise agreement, you will be allowed to use their names and markings. So as compared to magtatayo ka ng sarili mong negosyo, i-conceptualize mo lahat yan. Pangalan, IPO registration, logo. So ano po yan? It takes a lot of your resources na time, energy, and emotions. Okay. Next slide, please. Okay. So use of a system, no? So when you become a franchisee, ipo-provide ito sa iyo ng franchisor mo, no? Proven system and procedures. So hindi po sila papasok sa franchising kung wala po silang proven system and procedures, no? Okay. Operations manual, no? Dapat po meron pong well-drafted na operations manual. A typical operations manual po does not only teach you how to operate the business day-to-day, yung pang-araw-araw po na activities. Basically, ang operations manual na comprehensive po should teach you how to put up the branch, how to operate it daily, how to manage your branch, no, managing your business, how to become a proper employer, and how to be very savvy sa local advertising. So dapat po a typical operations manual should include all of that, no? Tuturuan po kayo maging business person. Ayan. So you will have defined products and services already. Hindi nyo na po i-figure out ano po ang ititinda nyo or what kind of service ipo-provide natin for our customers, no? Of course, there is research and development. So hindi nyo na po problemahin ano po yung mga bagong i-introduce na offer, no? A new product or a twist to a product. So normally, a well-established franchisor meron pong gumagawa niyan para sa inyo, no? Research and development. Store design and merchandising. So hindi na rin po natin i-figure out anong itsura ng tindahan natin kasi lahat po yan complete package na, no? Mga expert po sila. Pag nakakita po tayo ng site, na-figure out na po nila kung paano kakamadahin yan para maging maganda ang kalalabasan. Marketing campaigns. Okay, so you will be included in the system-wide marketing campaigns of a brand, no? Pero at the same time, tuturuan din po kayo paano mag-advertise sa locality nyo. Kasi po, pag na-award po sa inyo ang isang location, it means na kayo na po ang magiging brand ambassador dyan sa lugar na yan kasi mas kabisado nyo po yung terrain. Pero hindi nyo po magagawa yan kung hindi po kayo ina-assist ng franchisor nyo on how to do it. Okay. And of course, makaka-receive po kayo ng support services. Technically po, when you get into a franchise agreement, si franchisor nyo becomes your business consultant already. Okay? Si franchisor consultant nyo, dapat po makaka-receive po kayo ng mga advice dyan every so often. Okay. So what you bring to the table as a franchisee? Number one, money. So as a franchisee, you provide the capitalization. Okay? So franchise fee, you need to pay franchise fee. The reason why you need to pay franchise fee is because recovery fee po yan ng franchisor. Dahil in developing their brand, malaki rin po ang ginastos nila. And during the course of your meetings, yung process po ng franchise selling, they are already spending for you. Kaya kailangan po magbabayad tayo ng franchise fee. Unit capital, tayo po ang mag-shoulder niya, no? Whether it be a cart, a kiosk, a counter, a full restaurant, a full spa, a full car wash, tayo po ang mag-shoulder ng unit capital, no? So royalties, no? We pay royalties. There are some franchisors who charge for royalty, no? Or kuminsan po ang tawag diyan continuing services fee. Okay? So basically, binabayaran natin sila para mag-provide ng services sa atin, no? Yung mga visits, yung mga advice, no? Advertising fee. So we need to pay advertising fee. Minsan meron, minsan wala. Because meron po mga franchisors na nag-advertise na po sa malalaking billboards o kaya very heavy po ang social media boost nila, no? So dito po kinukuha ang pambayad diyan sa mga advertising activities na 'yan. Pero do not worry, hindi lang po kayong franchisee ang nagbabayad niyan, no? Normally po pag sinabing system-wide advertising, lahat po ng tindahan, whether company-owned or franchise-owned, tulong-tulong po kayo dyan, nagbabayad, no? Iniipon po yung mga funds na yan. That's primarily the reason ba't kayo nakakita ng mga malalaking billboard sa EDSA, sa C5, sa SLEX, sa NLEX. So pag may nakikita kayo mga brands na ganyan, most likely galing po sa advertising fee yan ng mga franchisors, no? Proprietary products. Okay? So ibig sabihin, you will receive proprietary products or key ingredients, no? Ito po yung mga produkto ng franchisee, ng franchisor na kailangan nyo para ma-operate nyo po smoothly ang negosyo nyo. Okay? And of course, you provide the risk also, no? As in with any other business, meron palagi itong risk, no? Dapat po ipapasok natin yung management responsibility natin dito. Okay. Another thing na dadalhin po natin sa table when we become franchises is time. Okay? We need active management, no? Iniiwasan po ng mga franchisor yan. Yung mga nag-i-invest lang po pero parang hindi naman po interesado. Dapat po active time management, no? It does not mean na magbabad po kayo rin sa shop nyo, pero it means na dapat alam nyo po ang nangyayari every day sa mga tindahan po natin. At it will help also na alam nating i-perform yung mga functions ng mga empleyado natin, store staff, a manager, at technical staff, dapat po alam po natin yan lahat. So franchisee assumes financial and operational responsibility. So as a franchisee, kayo po ang may sole responsibility sa financial and operational responsibility nyo, no? Okay, pero hindi po ibig sabihin niya na sosolohin nyo lang po yan, no? Meron po kayong mentor. Iga-guide po kayo dapat ng franchisor nyo. Longevity and long-term plan. So dapat po meron po tayo nito. Pero again, ida-draft nyo po to, i-conceptualize nyo po to together with your franchisor. Kasi nga, you're in the business for yourself, pero not by yourself. Okay. So you bring in people too, no? Your skills and your abilities. Okay, no? So compliance to the system, no? So dapat po very compliant po tayo sa mga rules and policies and procedures, no? Franchising po kasi is malaki po ang weight sa compliance. Although most franchisors po would always respect your individuality as a business person, of course, kailangan po nating sumunod sa system nila kasi it has worked for them and it has worked for many franchises before you. Kaya dapat sumunod tayo, no? So people, you bring your employees too, no? Ang bola po ng hiring kasi sa franchising, nasa franchisee. But then again, hindi nyo po sosolohin yan, no? Iga-guide po kayo ng franchisor nyo, ano po yung mga hiring parameters. Sino po ba ang mga tao na kailangan yung i-hire para sa branch nyo? Okay? So ang hiring po sa inyo pero ang training po sa franchisor yan. Okay. And also, you bring your network, no? Being a brand ambassador of a certain brand, no? A certain concept, you bring your network also, lalo na po kung malaki po ang clout niya sa isang locality, no? Kilala po kayo dyan. Mas malaki po yung chance na mag-succeed yung business kasi po marami po kayong kakilala dyan sa lugar na yan. Okay. Next slide, please. So, system controls, no? So, this is what a franchisor provides also. Okay. So, site evaluation and approval. So, a franchisor should be experts also kung paano evaluate ang isang site, no? Remember po, ang bola po ng paghanap, well, ang rule of thumb po kasi, ang bola po ng paghanap ng isang location for a franchise concept, dapat po kay franchise yan, no? Kayo po maghahanap. Pero i-guide naman kayo ng franchisor nyo, no? Kung ano po yung mga site selection parameters, no? Very defined po yan and specific. And ang trabaho po ng franchisor, i-approve po yan or baka gumawa po ng suggestion kung ano po ang mas bagay para sa location nyo. Okay? So design or appearance standards, dapat po sa franchisor yan. Restrictions on goods and services offered for sales, no? So normally, franchisors are very, very strict kung ano po ang pwedeng ibenta at ano pong pwedeng i-offer na services. Okay, so very normally, ano po yan, very well defined po yan sa mga franchise agreements, no? At meron po yung mga corresponding penalties kapag nagda-divert po tayo o nagva-violate. Okay, so restrictions on method of operations, and of course, restrictions of sales area, no? Mga territories, no? Later on, we'll talk more about that, no? In the next few slides. Okay. So why buy a franchise, no? Okay. Number one, there's lower risk, no? Kasi marami na pong nauna before you, no? Marami na pong nakasubok. Okay? And there is the experience of the franchisor, di ba? Training. You and your staff will be trained, no, by your franchisor, no? In a well-defined franchise agreement, nakalagay po dyan kung saan po ang training, kung ilang araw po, kuminsan po naka-breakdown na po yan kung anong gagawin sa training, no? So, dapat po well-defined po yung mga training activities ng isang franchisor para sa isang bagong franchise, you know? Buying and advertising power. So, when you become a part of a system, dapat po may leverage na po kayo sa mga stocks na binibili nyo, no? At sa mga dealings. Kasi po, ginawa na po yan ng franchisor para sa inyo. So you are more or less guaranteed na very, very fair price po ang nakukuha nyo na stocks and items and services from your franchisor. No? So quality control, so ongoing research and development. No? Since mag-own po kayo ng isang franchise concept, nakadikit po ang pangalan nyo dyan. So very important po na dapat po pinoprotektahan niyo po ang pangalan nyo. No? So when you become a franchisee, mas kampante po kayo with quality control dahil established na po lahat ng procedures. No? Long-term stability, so there's ongoing advice and consultations. So pero pong may help desk, dapat yan. A typical franchisor po, meron pong linya palagi, no? Dapat po 24/7. Meron pong tao na pwedeng tawagan pag meron po kayong questions. So business synergy, no? It's a strategy for better business operations. Ibig sabihin, pwede niyo po i-synergize, no, with all of your other businesses, all of your other practices. Mas madali niyo po masi-synergize pag member po kayo ng isang franchise system. So profit potentials, mas madali niyo pong maasinta because when you become a franchisee, well-defined din po, no? Yung mga sales targets, mga operating expenses, yung mga target number of months para makuha natin yung ROI, no? Hindi lang po yan nice sounding words, no? Pag sinabi po 6 months po ROI na yan, no? When you become part of a franchise system, dapat po makakarinig po kayo ng mga intelligent po na sagot kung paano natin makukuha yung ROI na yan in that number of months, no? So franchisors are supposedly experts on that and dapat po na ipapaliwanag po sa inyo at nag-guide po kayo kung paano po makikita yan. Next slide, please. So, challenges in franchising, no? Ito po, kaya inuna natin yan, no? Consistently follow the company standards and system. Kasi po nagawa na po nila to before, nagawa na po ng ibang franchisee, it's working. Kaya hindi po natin dapat pwedeng baguhin yan, no? Okay. So conformity is critical, no? We cannot reinvent the wheel, no? Ang tagal po tinrabaho ng franchisor yan para ma-perfect, no? So dapat po compliant tayo, no? Working with the franchise system is legally binding, no? May kontrata po yan, franchise agreement. Okay? So wag po tayo ma-intimidate pag nakakita po tayo ng well-drafted franchise agreement, no? Ibig sabihin po niyan, hindi lang po pinoprotektahan si franchisor. Pag ganyan pong kaganda ang pagkakagawa ng isang franchise agreement, pinoprotektahan din po kayo, mga franchisee, no? Kaya it works both ways, no? One price policy, ibig sabihin po niyan, meron po standard retail price. Hindi po tayong pwedeng maggalaw-galaw ng mga prices natin, no? Regardless po of location. Pero there are exceptions to that also, no? For example, you're operating in a mall, tapos meron pong 3-day sale. Tapos sinabihan po kayo ng lessor nyo na baka pwede po kayo magbaba. So ayan, pwede po nyo ipaalam yan sa franchisor nyo beforehand. So may mga mechanisms po to do that, no? So you will write it down, magpapaalam po kayo in writing, at i-approve po kayo in writing, no? Approve or disapprove in writing, no? Mga ganyan. Mga markdown sale, no? Pwede po yan, pero hindi po pwedeng walang paalam. Okay? Dapat po alam po ng franchisor yan. Otherwise, baka ma-penalize po kayo. Okay? May mga fees po yan. So, one of the challenges in franchising is merong territorial restrictions, no? Ito po yung number of branches na pwede pong mag-operate in a particular area. You know what, mga 10 to 15 years ago, baka narinig nyo po, ang sukatan po niyan is yung radius. For example, I operate a convenience store in this area, no, of Cainta, for example, no. So 10 to 15 years ago, ang labanan is hindi pwedeng magbukas ang same brand mga 3 kilometers from my store, no. So malaki yun, paikot 3 kilometers. Pero over time, hindi na po yun ang ginagamit. Ngayon po, ang mas accurate po na way of measuring that is per population po, no. For example po, in this portion of Cainta, no? So, kaya pong i-service ng ganitong convenience store, 3 ganitong convenience store for every 100,000 population po sa area natin. So, it really depends on the population and the area kung ilan po ang pwedeng magbukas na similar concept, no? Or similar brand, no? So, hindi po natin makokontrol yan ng distansya. Okay? So, maaano po natin yan sa dami ng population po sa isang lugar, no? That's basically the reason ba't nakakita po tayo ng mga concepts na pareho pong brand pero magkakadikit, no? For example po sa mall, no? There's a Jollibee sa ground floor, sa third floor, sa fifth floor. Okay, for example, 7-Elevens. So sa kanto po ng EDSA Show, meron po 7-Eleven. Sa kabilang kanto sa side po ng Star Mall may 7-Eleven, pero technically ilang meters lang ang layo niyan. Pero magkaibang market na po yun kasi, at saka mataas po ang count ng population diyan. So ibig sabihin, masa-service nila pareho. Okay. And one of the challenges po in franchising is false expectation. Hindi po ibig sabihin nito na na-approve kayo sa inyo po na award, automatic po babalik na po yung investment po natin. Hindi po to instant success, no? As with any other business endeavors, kailangan po itong tutukan at alagaan para makuha po natin yung investment natin pabalik. And at the same time, makuha po natin na makuha yung investment pabalik ng makailang ROI tayo, which is ayan naman po ang goal ng franchise. Okay. So, quick assessment, no? Pag namimili tayo ng franchise concept, no? Of course, unang titingnan natin yung investment, no? Yung amount of money na pwede nating i-invest sa franchising. Remember, pera niyo po yan, no? It could be a part of your savings, it could be retirement, It could be pension, it could be money coming from outside of the Philippines, it could be ipon, it could be pinagsama-samang funds ng mga friends and families. So very important po na i-determine natin kung anong level of investment ang gusto nating i-invest sa franchising. Okay? Next is your abilities and skills, no? Saan po ba ang expertise natin? Okay. If you want to, I mean, if you're very fond of managing restaurants, may experience kayo, so pwede yan, no? Or if you like to work in the kitchen, so pwede rin yan, no? If you like pets, so pili po kayo na nasa pet and pet care. If you're into teaching, marami pong tutorials, marami pong schools, concepts na pwede pong i-franchise, no? If you're into health and beauty, gusto niyo pong magpaganda at magpagandang lalaki, no? Marami rin po tayo sa segment na ganyan, no? Kung mahilig po kayo magpautang, there's microfinance, no? Kung nasa medical field po kayo, meron din. If you used to work for a pharmacy, marami pong mga botika na franchise right now, no? So depende po ano po yung abilities nyo and skills na pakaramdam nyo po magiging comfortable kayo in running that business, no? Your goals, your passion, and of course, no, ano po ba ang aspiration nyo? Bakit po kayo gustong pumasok sa franchising, no? You might be presented with that questions also pa nag-apply na po kayo sa isang concept. Bakit nyo po ba gustong maging franchising ng concept namin? Ano po bang ano nyo? Ano po bang aspiration nyo, no? Ganyan. So business demand versus and growth potential, no? Titingnan po natin kung ano po ba yung demand right now, no? And yung growth potential nila, di ba? So, of course, during the time of pandemic, marami pong businesses na nagfo-flourish, no? Hindi lang po yung mga affected, marami rin po nag-flourish na business, no? Marami pong businesses na nag-pivot, no? May mga restaurants po na mukhang nagsara, pero lumakas po sila sa app-based delivery and own delivery systems. Tapos po, tumaas pa po ang benta nila at lumiit pa po ang operating cost dahil hindi po nagda-dine in right now. So, yung mga employees po nila na in charge of serving people, naging ano po nila, mga delivery guys po nila yan, no? At lumiit po ang operating expense kasi po kadalasan po walang dining, hindi po gumagamit ng air conditioning, less employees. So marami pong nag-pivot na negosyo during the time of pandemic na nag-flourish. Okay? Marami rin po mga bagong concepts ng anything about health, gamot, wellness. Ayan po ang mga nagfo-flourish, no? During the time of pandemic. Paano po palakasin ang sarili? Okay? Business versus competition. So titingnan niyo po yung kursunado niyo po bang brand, sino po ba yung mga competition niyan, di ba? So pwede na po kayong mamili. Okay? So brand recognition. So yung kursunado niyo po bang franchise, well known na po ba yung brand nila? Mataas po ba ang credibility nito sa market? So i-research niyo po yan ahead of time dapat, no? At of course, experience po and credibility. So dapat po i-research nyo ano po ba experience itong company nito sa ganitong negosyo, no? Gaano katagal na po ba sila nag-ooperate yung kumpanya na yan? At gaano katagal na po sila nag-ooperate as a franchisor, no? So when you begin to talk to people, you could ask also these questions kasi dapat alam po nila yan. Next slide, please. Of course, so ready to jump in, no? Where do we start? Saan tayo magsisimula, no? So number one, check events for comparison shopping, no? So right now, you're doing the right thing, no? Nagjo-join po tayo ng mga ganitong seminars. We listen to people, we listen to experts, and we listen to people who can talk, who can speak very well about a brand, no? So checkin po natin yan, no? Credible Franchise Association, no? So dapat po checkin po natin kung yung mga brands na yan ay member po ng PFA or trying to become a member of PFA. Kasi po ang Philippine Franchising Association, ang mandate po niyan is to create responsible franchisors. Okay? Ayan. So check nyo po sa mga franchise shows, no? So before the pandemic, marami po mga franchise shows na nangyayari sa Pilipinas, no? Hindi lang po to regional franchise shows. These are international franchise shows na hinuhost po ng Pilipinas. Pero right now, hold muna tayo dyan. Tutok muna tayo sa Philippine Franchising Association for mga events such as this, no? And of course, business magazines, no? Marami po tayong pwede maging reference about new and emerging franchises sa mga business magazines. Okay, due diligence na tayo, no? Okay, number 1, visit the franchisor, okay? So right now po, during the time of pandemic, acceptable po to, mga online meetings, no? Virtual meetings. Pero at some point po, when you are about to commit to a franchise concept, kailangan nyo pong makita ang head office nila, no? Makausap ang mga tao na in charge or even the owners, okay? At there are some franchises who would even request na makita ang commissary. For example, kung pagkain po yung franchise concept, no? Makita po ang commissary, makita po ang training center. So, a responsible franchisor should have these facilities. Okay? So, pwede po kayong kumuusap sa ibang franchisee. You could even ask your franchisor, meron po ba kayong franchisee na pwedeng i-recommend sa amin na pwede namin makausap, no? Para ma-feel lang po namin kung paano maging franchisee. So you could even talk to their suppliers. Pwede pong tanungin kung nakakabayad po ba si franchisor sa mga business dealings with them. Of course. Kailangan nyo pong tanungin yung what sort of training and support ang ibibigay sa inyo ng franchisor, no? Pag sinabing training, ilang araw po ba kayo iti-train? Ano po ba yung scope nito? Ilan po ang iti-train at saan po? Okay? So ayan po yung mga dapat nakaka-receive po tayo ng intelligent answers, no? Pag operating na po yung shop ko, how often po ako binibisita ng representative? Sino po ang pwede kong tawagan pag may kailangan ako aside from the reference na operations manual? Ganyan, no? Pwede niyo pong i-view kung meron po silang operations manual, no? Checkin niyo po yan. You need to study financial projections, no? So when you begin to talk to representatives of franchisors, pero pong pinag-uusapan dyan, level of investment. Magkakano po ang kailangan nyo ilabas na investment, no? Magkakano po ang kailangan nyo idagdag as operating capital. Okay? Tapos, ilang buwan po bago mabawi yan, no? So ito po, medyo numbers crunching po yan, no? Dapat po, specific po ang mga projections, dapat po kinakalculate po yan, no? At establish po yung mga targets natin, no? Hindi po pwedeng ano lang yan, ano yung tawag nila, parang suntok sa buwan lang, tingin sa langit, parang ganyan, no? Dapat po science po yan, no? So projected cash flow, profitability analysis, so dapat po na-explain sa inyo yan, at break-even point, no? So dapat po na-explain sa inyo yan. Pag ganito po ang benta ng isang araw, consistent po yan. Dapat po on the 15th day of the month, naka-break-even na po tayo. So the rest of the way po, ano po yan? Ipon na po ng profit natin yan. Okay? So pag ganyan po, mas madali pong paasinta at mas madali pong mailapit yung sarili nyo dun sa return on investment. So pag nakuha nyo na po yung return on investment, ang goal naman po dyan, ulitin yun para ma-maximize po natin yung nilabas nyong investment over the course of the franchise term. Ayan. So next slide please. Again, review the franchise agreement. Okay, ito po yung sinasabi ko kanina sa inyo. Huwag po kayong matatakot pag pinakitaan kayo ng kontrata. No? Dapat nga po hinihingi nyo yan, no? Ma-view nyo at least para makita nyo kung well-drafted po yung franchise agreement. No? Ang purpose po niyan is two ways. No? Protektahan po si franchisors against mga franchisee po na matatigas ang ulo, pero at the same time, pinoprotektahan din po si franchisee, no? From franchisors na mahina po ang support services. So dapat po maliwanag po yan. Sa isang franchise agreement, mga schedules, ano po ba ang mga services na ipoprovide sa inyo ng franchisor? At the same time, ano po ba ang ina-expect ni franchisor from you? Dapat po naka-include dyan territorial rights and relocation. So ayan po yung sinasabi natin kanina. Per population po, no? Tapos ano po ba mga undertakings kung gusto niyo po mag-relocate? Okay? Tapos naka-indicate po dapat dyan yung renewal, termination, and repurchase, no? Basically, a well-drafted franchise agreement po should cover all the scenarios in a franchise term. From the time po na pumirma kayo ng kontrata sa kanila, nag-issue po kayo ng cheque for the initial investment, to the monthly schedules of fees, deliveries, what happens po kapag gusto niyo na pong ipamana yung negosyo na yan? What happens kung gusto niyo pong ibenta na? What happens kung gusto niyo pong isoli na sa franchisor? What happens during the first term po, nag-expire na, paano po kayo magre-renew, paano po kayo hindi na magre-renew. Dapat po lahat covered dyan ng isang well-drafted na franchise agreement, no? Check IPO registration, very important, no? IPO stands for Intellectual Property Office of the Philippines. Katunayan po ito na sila po ang nagmamay-ari ng brand, ng logo po nila at lahat po ng markings. Kasi po, ilalagay po yan sa tindahan nyo. Nasa mga mural yan, nasa uniform po yan, no? Nasa paper packaging material po yan, nasa Facebook account po yan, mga markings na yan. So, very important po na checkin nyo po kung buhay po yung IPO certificate or registration po nila, no? Intellectual Property Office of the Philippines. Very important po yan. Hindi po pwede yung DTI lang, no? Yung galing sa DTI, Department of Trade and Industry, na sila po ang nakaregister sa ganyang pangalan, no? Minsan po sinasabi regional yan, minsan sinasabi national. Ang purpose lang po ng DTI registration ng pangalan is prerequisite po yan para makapagbukas ng business sa isang municipality. Okay? Kailangan po yan para makakuha ng business permit. Kaya po kinukuha yan. Pero it does not necessarily mean na sila po ang nagmamay-ari ng ganyang logo at ganyang markings. Pag ayun lang po ang pinresent yung DTI, no? Dapat po meron pong IPO registration. Okay. And check litigation history, no? You could ask the franchisor, meron po ba kayong litigation about franchising? Nakasuhan na po ba kayo? So it does not necessarily mean na pag may kaso si franchisor, hindi po sila magaling na franchisor. Okay? So kailangan nyo pong tanongin. Actually, it's a sign of a very matured franchisor kung open po sila i-share sa inyo kung meron silang litigation history. Ibig sabihin, wala po silang tinatago. And very important po, pakita niyo po kay attorney, pakita niyo po sa lawyer na kakilala niyo. Attorney, papasok po ako sa franchise agreement kasi pwede niyo po bang i-browse lang ito tapos bigyan niyo ako ng feedback. So very important po, before you sign a contract, dapat alam niyo po lahat ng critical provisions po, no? Na ma-affect na that will affect your franchise relationship with your franchisor, no? Ang biroan nga po dyan sa office namin, kapag ang franchise agreement po pinirmahan tapos nilagay na po sa drawer at nag-alikabok na po at umabot ng 5 years, ibig sabihin that's a well-drafted franchise agreement. Ibig sabihin in agreement yung both parties at both parties po ay nagko-comply, no? Pero po kapag ang franchise agreement po mga first 3 weeks, first 4 months, kinukuha na po sa drawer uli at nire-review na. Ibig sabihin po may problema na kagad. Okay? Hindi po napag-usapan ng maigi yan. Kaya nagbubuklatan na po ng franchise agreement. Okay. So most wanted franchisees, no? Ito naman po ang hinahanap ng mga franchisors. You know what? Ang franchising po kasi is an awarding activity. Hindi po yan nilalako ng mga franchisors, no? Basically, ang ginagawa po ng mga franchisors, dine-develop po nila yan para maging well-oiled na system, no? Tapos ina-award po nila yan sa mga most qualified na applicants po, no? Na interesado sa concept nila. So, very important po. Ang tinitignan po nila dyan, eagerness to learn. Okay? Dapat po willing po mag-train at maintindihan yung negosyo ng isang franchisee, no? Of course, very important po, has sufficient capitalization. May pera po sa bangko. Hindi lang po pag-put up ng branch, pero at the same time, pag-operate po for the first few months, no? Dapat po may operating capital po tayo. Hindi po ibig sabihin na ang investment package is 400, 600, 800,000. Ayun lang po ang gagastusin in the beginning. So meron pa pong mga incidentals diyan na dapat po maipaliwanag po sa inyo na maigi ng franchisors. Okay. Good sales or business background. So dapat po meron po tayong sales or business background. Kung wala naman po, hinahanap po nila, yung balik po tayo sa unang tab, number 1, eagerness to learn. Dapat po eager po tayong matuto ng ways po na franchisor natin. Of course, adequate participation, ayaw na ayaw po ng mga franchisor yung nag-invest lang tas nawawala na. Okay? So you will be facing questions like, sino po ba magmamanage? Sino po ba ang point person dito? How often po ba kayo lumalabas ng Pilipinas? Okay? Pag wala po ba kayo, sino ang point person? Ganyan, no? So dapat po adequate ang participation, hindi lang po namuhunan. Ayaw po nila yan, yung mga namumuhunan lang. Kasi po ang thinking po nila, kung mamumuhunan lang naman at hindi naman aalagaan, kami na lang po ang magbubukas dyan sa location nyo. Kukuhanin na lang namin yung location na yan, hindi na po namin pa-franchise. Kasi nga, ang gusto ng mga franchisors are active participation, aalagaan po yung brand nila. Decision-making capabilities, dapat po meron tayo niyan. Pero kung hindi pa po masyadong malakas, pag bago kayo franchisee, nandyan po palagi ang franchisors nyo to help you. No? It could be an area head, an area supervisor, a representative, a franchise manager. Dapat po available po sila, no, for consulting. And of course, tinitignan po ng franchisor proper motivation. So you might be faced with questions, bakit nyo po ba gusto mag-franchise nito? Ano po ba ang ginagawa nyo before this, no? Ano po ba ang gusto nyong mangyari? Ba't gusto nyo pong mag-franchise ng ganitong brand, no? So you should be prepared to answer these questions. Ano po ba ang aspiration nyo? Ang mga maganda sagot dyan, I'm preparing for retirement, or I want extra income for my family, or gusto ko po yung brand nyo. I feel na kaya ko pong pagyamanin yan at alagaan pag inuwi ko na po sa probinsya namin. Gusto ko po, ako pong maunang magkaroon ng ganyan sa probinsya namin. Aalagaan ko po na maigi yan. So, yung mga phrase po na ganyan, parang music po yan sa mga franchisors, no? Pag nakakarinig po sila ng mga ganyang phrases. Okay. Next slide, please. Okay, signs of a franchise scam, no? Very important, no? Okay, kailangan nyo po to dahil naghahanap po kayo ng franchise concept, no? So dito po tayo sa left, no? So too good to be true na claims of profitability. Pag nakakita po tayo ng mga franchise concepts na rock bottom po yung presyo, halos pinamimigay na po sa total investment, no? Medyo red flag po yan, no? Kasi po, yung mga ganyang types of franchisors, ang goal po nila is makabenta lang po ng maraming franchise, no? Pero po, sa simula po, they might have a little bit of success, pero in the long run po, hahabulin po sila ng problema. Reason for that po kasi is, manipis po ang cash flow nila, no? Konti po ang pera dahil sobrang baba po nila binibenta yung franchise. So pag konti po ang cash flow nila, manipis po ang pera, nagdi-diminish po yung capability nila to provide support to you. Okay? Diyan po nagsisimula na hindi na po makadeliver ng mga stocks. Diyan po nagsisimula na hindi nyo na po matawagan pag may kailangan kayo. Diyan po nagsisimula na nade-delay po ang mga deliveries. Diyan po nagsisimula na hindi po kayo ma-issue ng mga OR. Diyan po nagsisimula na nawawala na lang sila bigla. Okay? So very important, kapag pipili po kayo ng franchise package, wag po tayo masyado sa rock bottom prices, okay? Kasi po medyo ano po yan, no? Precarious po tayo dyan, no? Dapat po value for money tayo, no? Value for money investment. Hindi po yung masyado mababa, no? Okay, so dito natin pwedeng ipasok yung concept na you need to spend money to make money. Okay? So ayan. Number 2, pressure tactics when selling their franchises. Okay? Meron po mga encounter tayo na ganyan. Sir, kuhanin nyo na po to kasi may promo po kami until the end of the month na lang po to. Ang franchise fee, instead na 400 original price, bibigay na lang po namin sa inyo at 75,000. Okay? Instead na 400 pesos, bibigay namin sa inyo at 75,000. Pero dapat mag-sign up kayo within March. So that one, medyo tagilid po tayo dyan, no? Okay. O kaya, sir, kuhanin nyo na po to kasi meron po kaming magandang location na nag-aabang na po para sa inyo. Baka po maunahan kayo. There might be times na legitimate yung mga statement na yan, pero kailangan nyo pong pag-aralan ng maigi. No? Huwag po tayo masyadong nagmamadali. So remember, investment po to. Pera po to ng family nyo. So kailangan po maingat tayo. No? Next is absence of list of franchisees. Kung wala po sila mapakita sa inyo, mga list ng mga franchise locations, medyo ano po tayo dyan, tagilid po tayo dyan, no? List of outlets, wala po makita number of outlets, no? O hindi po masabi sa inyo kung saan po ang office nila. So medyo tagilid po tayo dyan, no? Dapat po makita po natin kung gaano ka-legitimate po ang concept nila, no? Kung may sarili po bang opisina, meron po bang mga people responsible for the brand, wala pong tinatago. And very important to us also, ano po ba ang affiliation nyo, no? Sino po ba, member po ba kayo ng Philippine Franchise Association? Or you could even ask, paano po ba na-conceptualize yung franchise program nyo? Sino po ba ang gumawa ng development nyo? Pinagawa nyo po ba sa mga professionals? O do-it-yourself nyo? Mga ganyan, no? So, a respectable and responsible franchisee should provide you with intelligent answers pag tinatanong po natin ng ganyan. Okay. So next slide. So how to be a successful franchisee, no? So number 1, be a good follower, no? Pag napili nyo na po yung tama na franchise for you, na legitimate na franchise po, no? Hindi po scam, no? Dapat po maging maayos kayong follower. Gustong-gusto po ng mga franchisor yan, no? Ano po kayo, na-special mention po kayo dyan kapag maganda po ang mga ratings nyo sa mga compliance report. Ibig sabihin po, hindi po kayo masyado nagde-deviate, masunurin po, at lumalaki po ang chances nyo na ma-approve sa renewal nyo o baka po alokin kayo na ikalawa o ikatlong franchise. Kayo na po ang nasa priority palagi, no? Pag maayos po kayong franchisee. At dapat po, dine-develop nyo rin po yung working relationship nyo with your franchisor. Ika nga ho, dapat po peer-to-peer. Dapat po parang magka-opisina kayo, colleague, no? Tulong-tulong kayo para mapabuti po yung investment nyo. Create a business plan, no? Gagawa po tayo ng business plan. Quarterly plan, mid-year plan, annual plan. So depende po sa tactics po ng franchisor nyo. Kasi po magtutulungan po kayo paano gawin yung business plan na yan, no? So remember during the beginning of our talk, no, you are in the business for yourself, no? Pero maraming mag-a-assist sa iyo, no? Hindi mo susuluin lahat yan. Okay. Be a hands-on manager, no? Dapat po active participation. It does not mean na kailangan nyo magbabad sa shop nyo from opening to closing every day. Hindi po. Ang sinasabi po, be a hands-on manager, dapat po alam nyo po ang nangyayari sa location nyo, no? And I would personally suggest na dapat po yung function po ng mga staff natin, whether store staff, technical staff, manager, supervisor, dapat po alam po natin paano gawin yung mga function na yan. Kaya nga po nagpo-provide si franchisor ng training. Gustong-gusto po ng mga franchisor yan, yung mga gustong-gustong matuto, no? And of course, manage your finances, no? Very important po. Huwag pong gagalawin ang finances ng negosyo for things na hindi po related dito sa franchise concept na to, no? Minsan po, ganyan po ang nagiging problema ng isang franchisee. For example po, kunyari po ako, I operate a franchise of a convenience store, for example, no? For the last 2 months, no, February and March, nag-submit ako ng expense report ko sa head office, no? Eh nakita nung area head na sa expense report ko, merong entry ron na 22,500 for transportation. Okay? Obviously, for this type of business, hindi naman ako gagastos ng 22,500 for transportation. So naturally, tatawagan ako o bibisitahin ako ni area head, no? Sir, ano po nangyari? Ano pong breakdown nitong 22,000 na expense natin? A responsible franchisor should do that, and a well-crafted franchise agreement po should give access to the franchisor sa mga reports nyo, no? Kailangan po ng franchisor yan para ma-drive po yung business nyo, para ma-mentor po kayo ng maayos. Okay? So, na-discover ni area head, kaya pala 22,500. Kumuha pala yung family ko ng bagong sasakyan. Tapos dito namin kinakarga sa negosyo yung amortization. Okay? Wala namang kinalaman yung convenience store doon sa sasakyan na yan. So, ganyan po yung mga normal scenario kung bakit po lumalayo po ang tanaw natin sa return on investment. Kasi po ginagalaw natin. No? In the beginning po, lalo na po pag di pa po nakaka-ROI, ang para sa inyo lang po is yung nasa bottom line, yung pinakailalim po na line, no? Which is the profit contribution. Ayun lang po ang para sa inyo in the beginning, no? Wag na wag po natin gagalawin yung revolving cash flow natin, no? Kasi po kailangan po masinop tayo dyan para mabilis po natin makuha ang return on investment. So yun, no? So as early as now, I need to thank you and congratulate you for doing the right thing, no? Congratulations. You can be the next franchise millionaire. You're doing the right thing because before venturing into franchising, nagdo-due diligence kayo. Okay? You research, you talk to experts, hindi kayo basta-basta tumatawid sa isang bagay. That way, pag nakikinig kayo and you do your research, mas calculated and scientific po ang know-how nyo bago po tayo mag-commit into franchising, no? So again, good luck po on your search for a franchise concept and congratulations po para sa and good luck po para sa inyong lahat, no? Sana po makita nyo po yung tamang franchise para sa inyo. Thank you po.
Thank you so much, Sir Gabby, for sharing an insightful and comprehensive presentation on the benefits of franchising and salient points in analyzing a good franchise business opportunity. And of course, for that very in-depth explanation on the how to detect and avoid franchise scams. Moving on to our franchise brand presentations, our first presenter represents a unique and innovative food concept that will take snacking to a different level of convenience. To tell us more about their brand, let us all welcome the Vice President of Kerrimo, Ms. Army Lento.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon. Thank you for giving us this chance to present franchise opportunities for Kerrimo. Dahil sa Kerrimo, Kerrimo ng magnegosyo. Next slide, please. So, Kerrimo is literally means for you to carry or you can carry. Sa ating mga Pinoy, familiar tayo dito kasi lagi nating sinasabi na carry mo yan, you can do it. It implies that anything is possible. So we have been in the business for 14 years now and we are the original snack and drink in one cup concept. Next slide, please. So why franchise Kerrimo? So first of all, very unique yung concept ng Kerrimo. So innovative and flexible na napagsasama natin yung drink at saka yung food in just one cup. This is a patented concept and this is registered with the IPO. Second na bakit siya unique is our snack items are created by professional chef in partnership with multinational food companies. Second, why do you need to franchise Kerrimo is that affordable ang investment nito. Our franchise package, especially ngayong nag-pandemic, ay ibinaba namin or reduced to at least 185,000. So kasama na dun lahat. Later on, I'll discuss kung ano mga features nitong franchise package na to. We do not charge royalty fees and our franchise system is developed by Francorp, the franchising leader. Kerrimo is a global franchise, no? So at this point, we have an existing 104 stores in the Philippines, and Kerrimo also is the first F&B brand to enter India, as it was able to open 5 stores in Jaipur in 2020. And we are opening soon in Canada and some other Asian countries. So, Kerrimo also has management expertise. As I've told you, meron na kaming 14 years of experience in the business. So, we have a strong commissary support and efficient procurement of equipment and raw materials. Continuous din ang ating research and product development, and we adapt to market trends and digital advancements. In the coming months, we will be launching some programs for our loyal customers. Next slide, please. So ito yung mga packages ng Kerrimo that are now available, no? So yung collapsible cart package natin starts at 180,000. Because of the pandemic, we realized that going to the malls are not very convenient right now. So we have now community stores or community locations where you can just put a small cart with very minimal investment. So kasama na dito yung license natin and yung franchise term for 3 years, may training and marketing support. And then you also have the basic equipment set, including the electric fryer, juice dispenser, and the kitchen tools. Because also of the pandemic, we're able to develop the market for our frozen snacks, specifically the mozzarella sticks and the chicken strips. So once you become a franchisee, you are also authorized to sell these products. So aside from the collapsible cart package, we also have the standalone cart package, which starts at 250,000. So it includes almost everything dun din, nakasama dun sa collapsible cart package. But this includes free initial stocks worth 10,000 pesos, opening freebies, and merong additional electric fryer. And then the biggest is yung kiosk type package natin, which starts at 350,000. So again, nandun ulit yung basic package natin, plus yung initial stocks natin now is worth 20,000. This is free. Plus, you will be given a freezer dito sa package na to. Please note na kung ano man yung requirement ng location na makukuha ninyo, the franchise package can be customized accordingly dun sa location na yun. So next slide, please. So if you have other concerns or questions, please do not hesitate to get in touch with us. So you may send a text or call 0917-557-4202. You can also send us an email at franchising@kerrimo.com. You can please do like and share Kerrimo Philippines in Facebook. And for more details, you may get in touch with us at www.kerrimo.com/franchising. So kahit saan, Kerrimo, and we hope to hear from you soon. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Miss Lanto. So if you want to get a Kerrimo franchise, you may visit their website and their social media accounts. So moving forward, our next brand presenter goes by the line Mak Sulit Mak Sarap sa LC Big Mak. To tell us more about their brand, let us all welcome the Franchise Operations Manager of LC Big Mak Burger, Mr. Ruben Bidiones. Hello, sir.
Hello, good afternoon, everybody.
Good afternoon, Sir Ruben.
Yes, ma'am, loud and clear.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Okay. What is LC Big Mak Burger Incorporated? Is South Luzon original, home of best tasting and most accessible and most affordable burger in Burger Bun in Line Counter Store. It's originated by South Luzon in Lucena City. Nasa more than 36 years na kami in burger history was made. increasing franchise since December 2015, having a total of 165 franchise outlets and 700 company outlet nationwide. Almost mag-1,000 na po, 1,000 outlets na kami sa buong Pilipinas. Next slide, ma'am. Okay, ang aming franchise investment package is franchise fee is 150,000 good for 5 years franchise agreement, and 55,000 equipment accessories included the rep, the griddle, and all the equipment doon sa van outlet or the counter type store. And a security stock band of 30,000 and initial stock worth of product of 15,000. A grand total package of 250,000 good for 5 years. Note, construction of counter type store or van type outlet not included in the franchise package. Depende po doon sa area na makikita na location po ninyo kung applicable ba yung van outlet or applicable yung counter type store or kiosk namin. Next slide na. Why franchise LC Big Mak? Established na po and tested na yung system namin. Nag-start ang aming brand is noong 1984. At sa lahat ng part ng probinsya ng Pilipinas, nandun po kami. At meron po kaming 7 commissary. Meron kami Cebu, Tacloban, Iloilo, Bigan, Tarlac, Isabela, Albay, Naga, Calabarzon, and Laguna area. As lower risk with high success rate, and we offer high gross margin of 42 to 45% margin is factory price coming from our Lucena factory. With pre-sold and customer base, had more than 36 years na po kami expertise, and locally created concept of mass merit. Usually, karamihan ng mga outlet namin sa franchisee ay province. At ang pinakamarami kong mga franchisee ay from Mindoro area. We have 42 outlets, magkakapatid, magpipinsan, and also magkakaibigan ang mga franchise ko doon. At ang karamihan ng mga franchise ay 2 or 3 outlet. Next slide, ma'am. Okay. Ang franchise package inclusion namin during pre-opening support ay license to use trademark, name, and logo, and startup business guidance like site ocular visit, site evaluation, trade area survey, design and construction guidance ng mga outlet ninyo, usually kung counter type store or kiosk ang gagawin natin. I will give you franchise operation manual and operation management and customer service training for the franchisee and the staff, including the cash flow management, LSM seminar, and crisis management. And continuing support during field visit to check your business progress, constant business and operation mentoring, updates of new product or promotion, and marketing support, ground opening support, local and in-store marketing support. Ready for the big time? Call us now or email us at franchiseops@bigmac@gmail.com. Next, ma'am. Okay. What LC Big Mak adjustment are doing to adapt the new normal? Maraming nang nagtatanong sa amin na applicable ba or pwede ba mag-open ngayon because of the pandemic? Yes, pwede po. Because nung nag-start ang pandemic last year, I opened 20 outlets, including na po doon sa Camarines Norte, sa Bigan, at some other province po. LC Big Mak branches offer online food delivery service and tie up with local food delivery service in their area, especially in province. Lalo na po sa Batangas area, Laguna area namin, nag-tie up po kami sa Food Panda para po mag-increase ang kanilang sales, usually, dahil nga limited lang po ang trading hours nila. We have franchise meeting or kamustahan for brainstorming to create business idea to adopt the new normal. Adjust the trading hours of their outlets and help franchises to relocate the business kasi karamihan ng mga franchisee namin ngayon ay na-relocate na yung outlet because yung mga outlet na location nila ay dati nasa school or tinamaan talaga ng pandemic. Remind all the franchisee to follow the health protocol and guidelines implemented by the IITF and LGU. FMA. Next slide. Okay. Um, okay. Kaya ready for the big time, call us now, 0998-868-8360 and 0917-628-0866. And we'll discuss you the financial skeletal ng business or franchise business namin. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Bediones. Our next brand presenter is the most popular coffee brand in Thailand. Now here in the Philippines, let us get to know what they have to offer. Let us all welcome the Business Partner Development Manager of Cafe Amazon, Ms. Karen Gorospe.
Yes, ma'am. Okay. So again, I'm Karen Gorospe. I'm presenting for PTT Philippines Corporation. So we are currently the master franchisee of Cafe Amazon in the Philippines. So Cafe Amazon started in 2002 in Thailand under the largest Thai conglomerate and also a Fortune 500 company. So we're under PTT Public Company Limited. So the reason why we established Cafe Amazon is because we wanted to provide a one-stop shop concept in our PTT service stations or gasoline stations. So that's why they started to conceptualize the coffee shop, and also we have our own brand of convenience store, which is Jiffy. So Cafe Amazon is really intended to bring a green oasis style atmosphere in all our coffee shops or in our retail gasoline stations where people can meet and relax and have a good conversation with their friends, with their families or colleagues while having a good cup of coffee and other refreshing drinks. So we have a taste of nature concept where um, and our ambition is really to be a global coffee brand. And true enough, right now we are present in 11 countries such as Thailand, Cambodia, Laos, Singapore, Malaysia, Japan, China, Oman, and the Philippines. So we're continuously expanding. And right now we have more than 3,500 stores in these 11 countries. And when we had the master franchise here in the Philippines when we were granted the master franchise in the Philippines in 2016. So we already have 18 coffee brands or coffee shops right now. And this April will also be opening our 19th shop in Quezon City in Manhattan Parkway. So again, our goal is to continue to bring the green oasis style atmosphere in our coffee shops to more key cities or key places in the country. So given the wide variety of drinks that we offer, our shop is not only limited to the coffee drinkers. So we can also cater to the kids or the kids at heart with our drinks, with our chocolate drinks and our refreshing fruity drinks. And we can
Come
also
here.
cater to the tea drinkers because we also have our popular Thai milk tea and green tea with milk. So our price are all quality products, and it is priced below that of those of our competitors or the likes of Starbucks. Yeah, so we're priced from 85 pesos to around 160 pesos for the frap or the cold drinks. So we can cater to students, trendsetters, young professionals, and to the whole family and to the regular coffee or tea drinkers as well. So for the next slide, ma'am. So we have also adapted to the new normal. And with the changes brought about by the pandemic, of course, our business model also has to adjust. So yeah, okay. So right now we our stores we have already changed the concept of our stores, or we have already added a new franchise package with our stores. So before our smallest store is at 40 square meters, but right now we have introduced a lower invest a store with a lower investment at 30 square meters po. So other than that, we have also onboarded in different delivery platforms or the likes of Grab Food, Food Panda, to also cater to the changing customer behavior during this time and the current market status. So we have also intensified our marketing efforts and also our social media presence, especially during this time that it's the only way that we could reach our target market. And of course, along with all these changes, especially with our marketing and all the brand promotions, we also have to make sure that that we make the customers feel safe in our store. So we have also adapted a lot of or adapted and implemented a lot of safety protocols, and we have also installed acrylic barriers in our counter areas and some spaces in our stores. Yeah, next, ma'am. So for the franchise package, previously, again, the smallest store size that we can open is at 40 square meters. But given the current market status, we have created a franchise package at 30 square meters. So previously, the lowest investment or the type in this slide, the package D is at 3 million. So right now, we can open a store for as low as 2 million. It still depends on the construction cost that you would have for your store. So that would be a much lower capitalization requirement from the original 4 million that we have in our 40 square meters design. So franchise fee right now is at only 300,000, which may already be used for a maximum of 10 years. So it's 5 years renewable for another 5 years, but you don't have to pay any additional fee on the extension. We just have to review if the franchisee was able to comply with all the requirements on the first 5 years of the franchise package or on the first 5 years of partnership. So we also collect marketing and royalties at 3% each, but you will be ensured that you will really especially right now that we are really using all this to support the store, especially during these trying times. So for the franchise support system, ma'am, for the next slide. So we significantly invest as well to ensure that our partners are also set up for success. So we provide extensive training support and make sure that we transfer our coffee expertise or our knowledge in preparing the quality drinks of Cafe Amazon to our partners, and continuous we also continuously update our modules as well. So we also provide R&D support, especially with the store's needs to localize some offerings depending on their market. So other than that, we also provide marketing plans and prepare localized marketing plans as well for promotions so that we could cater to what a specific market has in that particular area. And also we provide store setup for their POS, because this is also where we get the customer analytics or the data that they can also use to localize their marketing promotions and other marketing initiatives. And lastly, we also conduct regular store visits and store audits where we also provide coaching, and we also provide troubleshooting if they have any concerns with their equipment. So our team also goes to the stores to make sure that that the franchises will be able to also get support from us in this area. So that's it for Cafe Amazon Philippines. If you have any questions, I'll be putting down my contact details below so I can send you more information about our franchise packages. Thank you, Paul.
Thank you so much, Ms. Gorospe. At this point, let us now proceed on hearing a special presentation from our valued partner. To tell us about their latest program, let us all welcome from the direct sales channel, Sales and Marketing Division of InLife Insular Healthcare, Ms. Crisel Ines. Good
Right.
afternoon,
Hi, good
ma'am.
afternoon. Good afternoon. Yes. Okay, so good afternoon. I'm Crisel Ines. I'm the direct sales head from Insular Healthcare. So since all of you here are considering becoming future business owners, okay, so running a business or a franchise for that matter would always entail providing employee benefits to your staff, right? So apart from the salary, it's also important to provide something that would address your employees' needs at this very uncertain and trying times, okay? So what is our primary concern during this pandemic? So of course, it's our health, right? So that's where Insular Healthcare comes in. Okay, so next slide, please. Right. Yeah. So who is Insular Healthcare? So our mother company is Insular Life. Insular Life is one of the leading life insurance companies here in the Philippines. They have been in operation for 100 years now, so it's a very stable company. And Insular Healthcare, we are the HMO subsidiary of Insular Life. So we're in the business of providing healthcare solutions. Or our expertise, rather, is providing healthcare packages for corporations as well as individual programs. Okay. So we're also among the top 10 HMO companies in the Philippines. We're also under the Insurance Commission. We're also a member of the Association of Health Maintenance Organization of the Philippines. And just last year, we were awarded by the Asia Pacific Enterprise Awards as the most inspirational brand award for 2020. Okay, next slide. All right. So we have a wide range of products and services, but for this afternoon, what I'll be discussing is our product called InHealth Biz, which is specifically designed for SMEs. Okay, so what will you and your employees get to enjoy under InHealth Biz? Okay, so it's a health program that gives you access to any of our accredited medical facilities nationwide, including the top 6 hospitals. So you have access to Asian Hospital, Makati Med, Cardinal Santos in San Juan, the Medical City in Ortigas, as well as both St. Luke's Global and Quezon City. Okay, so what will you be covered for? So you'll be covered for outpatient care, so meaning it covers all the costs for consultations, lab tests. Okay, so should you need medical attention, minor surgeries, all of those will be covered. So you're also covered for inpatient services, so meaning all costs during confinement will be covered. So from the fees of the doctors, nurses' fees, use of the operating room. Okay, so all medicines used during confinement will be covered. Okay, you also get to be covered for all procedures done in the emergency room. Okay, as well as also provide annual physical exam is also covered. And what's good about InHealth Biz is that it covers for the new modalities of treatment or the new procedures in medicine. Okay, so for example, should you need to undergo CT scan, MRI, laparoscopic procedures, or those non-invasive procedures, all of those will be covered under our program. Okay. So lastly, as a supplement, it also provides for dental benefits. So it's, as you can see, it's a very comprehensive healthcare program for SMEs. Okay. So the program is applicable for groups of 20 to 99 employees, but don't worry, should your headcount be below 20, we could still provide or design a program that would fit you. Okay. So for all other details, I would like to invite you to visit our website. So that's insularhealthcare.com.ph. All right, next slide, please. Okay, so we're also one of the most digitally connected HMO companies in the country. Okay, so all of our business processes are fully supported by digital platforms. Okay, so our focus is always on customer experience. So it's both on technology and people enabled. So when we say people enabled, we have our 24/7 call center. We have our liaison officers to help you during confinements. We also have our account management team to handle your corporate account. And also, as mentioned, you have access to our nationwide network of medical facilities. On the technology side, we also have our corporate HR web portal, our member mobile app, our digital approval network. We also provide data analytics to all of our corporate clients. So as you could see, all of these have been designed to make our products and services convenient and accessible to all of our members. Okay, so next slide. So let me tell you more about our InLife Healthcare mobile app. So all of our members will be given access to the mobile apps. So you could download this to any from any Android or iOS phones. Okay, so what can you do with the mobile app? So with the mobile app, you could get the latest health and wellness articles. You could check your profile anytime, anywhere. Okay, it is also connected to Google Maps, so you could search for the nearby facilities. Okay, and you could also file for the LOA, or should you need approval for any first services, everything is made digital. Okay, you could also set reminders for medications and also submit a reimbursement claim. So and much more. Okay, so again, for more details, do visit us at insularhealthcare.com. Okay, so again, that ends my talk. So thank you for your time and stay safe always. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Ines. Moving forward, our next presenter is the Head of Partnership, Growth, and Network Development of International Workplace Group. Let us all welcome Ms. Rowena Natividad.
Hello, everybody. Good afternoon. So, International Workplace Group is actually a new member of the Philippine Franchise Association. We just got admitted, I think, last week. So my presentation would cover mostly providing education on what we do as a business, what our products are, and of course the franchise offering that we have. First slide, please. All right, so who we are, we're actually present in 3,500 locations in 1,100 cities globally. So basically everywhere else in the world. So we're the number one provider of flexible workspace with a network of 2.5 million members. So I actually submitted this slide about 2 weeks ago, but then last week we actually got 500 members, 500,000 members signed up with us. So as we speak, we're actually at 3.1 members globally. So the 500,000 membership was actually signed up by NTT. So they are the biggest telecommunication companies in Japan. An additional 95,000 by Standard Chartered Bank. So what does that mean? No, for one member to have a membership with us, so that means he gets to access any center, any of our offices around the world. In the Philippines, we currently have 28 centers, and then there are 2 upcoming centers as well. So we provide different solutions. So we are multi-brand. So if you remember from Gabby's presentation, he did mention that for some stores, no, meron silang few meters lang in terms of distance. We don't worry about that with IWG because we're multi-brand. So we're actually able to put up different brands in certain locations. So say for one building, we can put up different branding. So one is a Regis, one is an HQ branding, and another is a Spaces Center. All right, next slide, please. So what is a flexible workspace? So it is actually a shared office space that enables people and businesses to work where they want, when they want, and how they want. Next slide, please. All right, so what we do. So as a flexible workspace operator, you've probably seen some of the Regis Center as well as some of the Spaces Center that we have. We have one HQ that we launched in January in Davao. So HQ Center is more on the lower brand that we have, mostly in the provinces. So we have office spaces. So these are the physical offices that you see in a typical office, but the design is more contemporary and more open space. And then we also have the co-working. So why co-working? Because we believe for a flexible workspace, most of our customers actually want to have collaborations and then wanted to promote their products and their business as well. Hence, it's very imperative that we have this co-working area when they get to collaborate and exchange ideas. Then we also have the virtual office. So interestingly, virtual office is actually providing a customer a registered business address or a correspondence address, as well as a dedicated receptionist to answer calls for him. So you don't you don't have a physical office at the site. What you have is a virtual office, but you can of course put that on your business card. So say you have a business, you wanted an Ayala address, of course we can provide that to you by having that virtual office. Of course, we'll take care of all your mails as well as your answering calls from your customers. And then meeting rooms as well, and then other flexible working plans. So at the onset of my discussion, I did talked about the membership that we got signed up with Standard Chartered as well as NTT. So this is one of the flexible working plans that we have. We actually have the disaster recovery. So it's more of an insurance. So typical of a BCP, business continuity plan. So what does that mean? So a customer gets an office from us, but he wouldn't use that yet. So he will also only invoke the right to use the office if there's a need to do so. So say there was an earthquake or there's flooding on their area or there's revolution along EDSA, which prevents him from getting to his conventional office. So what he'd do, he'd invoke that disaster recovery right and get access to our offices. All right, next slide, please. Okay, so flexible workspace amidst COVID. So you may be asking me, no, kasi these are offices and people are actually not going to the offices at this time because they're working from home. But what we've seen so far is that For most of the workers that are staying at home, they actually have a lot of challenges. So one would be the very poor internet infrastructure. So especially if you're working for a BPO company, I think the requirement is quite high for you to be able to cater to your customer needs. So that's one. Another is a lot of disruptors now within the household. So as you know, for us Filipinos, the culture is that for one household, there's more than just one family. It's usually two to three families. So if there are small kids at home, so certainly they are some sort of a disruptor. So you can actually difficulty putting up a professional environment as you speak to your customer. So what we've seen so far, there are actually some customers who are getting offices from us decentralized. So meaning not just in one particular location, but they're actually getting smaller offices within all of our locations. So that means people, as they are kind of scared to commute from their homes to the offices, they prefer to be working near their home. And we have actually locations spread nationwide that caters to their requirements. So that's the trend now. We've actually seen that trend accelerate before COVID, but during COVID, there are actually trends influencing the drive for people wanting to work more flexibly, right? So flexible working definitely is on the rise. When we get to the other side post COVID, we actually believe that we will be more relevant and more important to the real estate industry. Okay, next slide, please. All right, so the franchise opportunity in the Philippines. So, as Gabby has earlier mentioned, ano, so why franchise our business? Because for IWG, we're actually been in the operations for 32 years. So our main company is in Switzerland. Here in the Philippines, we're actually operating for 22 years now. So we started during the Asian financial crisis, and now this biggest health and economic crisis. No, so needless to say, we have survived and I would say even thrived in a number of financial crises because we're a big company. We have the proven business model, and we have the infrastructure to support any franchisee that we have. So just to mention, we currently have two existing franchisees, no, who got exclusivity to develop the Visayas and Mindanao. For Visayas, our existing franchisee is Apple One Properties, and then for the VOW, it's the Musa Land Inc. So they're actually big on those provinces. So we're looking for investors, not necessarily real estate developers or businesses. Anyone who may be interested and is willing to do the business with us would be very much welcome. So next slide, please. So for any queries you may have, please visit that website. I will also put on my contact information and number plus email address should you wish to learn more about the franchise opportunity with IWG. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Ms. Natividad. Moving forward, our next presenter will be presenting various franchise business opportunities. Some of the brands are Easy Day Shop, Parent Cafe, Mr. Donut, Shawarma Shack, Phoenix Petroleum, and many more. We are pleased to introduce the franchise consultant of U Management, Ms. Kate Cruz.
Hi everyone, good afternoon. Good afternoon, dear presenters and those who joined via Zoom and Facebook. First, I would like to introduce myself. I'm Kate Cruz. I'm a junior franchise consultant for U Franchise. I will be presenting to you our brands that are upswing at the moment during the pandemic. But before that, let me give you a brief background of our company, U Franchise Sales and Management. Okay. U Franchise is a free professional franchise matching service. So we match aspiring franchisees, future franchisees, to the partner brands that we have at U Franchise. So U Franchise, for those who doesn't know, is a sister company of Francorp and also a member of the Philippine Franchise Association. So at the moment, we have over 1,000 franchise holds, and we are partners with 200 plus quality franchise brands nationwide. We also have additional services like full franchise consultation and assistance in finding a location um, to um, to fast track your application in terms of applying to this certain brands. Next slide, please. So now I will be presenting to you some of the brands that we handle at the moment. So for the first brand, if you're interested in putting up a donut business, so this is the most sought after donut business, Mr. Donut, all-time Filipinos' favorite donut. The capital in the investment is at 380,000 to 2.4 million with a franchise fee of 100,000 pesos. But take note that the franchise fee is already included in the capital investment. The space required is 46 square meters. Now we have a very special promo, which is the trial franchise package that you can get at 100,000 pesos. We have another special promo for Mr. Donut, which is 24 months installment pay on asset without interest. The next brand is very popular. The first and real home of buy one take one shawarma, which is Shawarma Shop. This is endorsed by Katniel. The total capital for a mall cart is at 640,000. For non-mall cart, it's 778,000. The franchise fee is before 300,000, but because of the pandemic, we have a promo which is the franchise fee is only now 90,000. So for inline stores, which is the restaurant type, your total investment is at 3 million. So the special promo is that you can save up to 400,000 because of the discounted franchise fee. Next brand is for those cafe lovers. So this is quality affordable coffee for students and young professionals. Faron Cafe offers their franchise package with a capital of 299,000 to 621,000 with a space requirement of 4 to 10 square meters. So we have a special promo for Faron Cafe, which is no franchise fee and no royalty fee. We did this because of the pandemic also to help future franchisees. And we have another special promo, which is barangay card. So our barangay card is 199,000 only with a space requirement of 4 square meters. Next slide, please. So if you are interested in putting up a convenience store, another brand would be Easy Day Shop. So Easy Day Shop is the first big-scale grocery franchise targeting mass market and consumers. Capital starts at 3 million. The franchise fee is 250,000. Again, this is already included in the capital investment. The space requirement is at minimum of 100 square meters. Next brand is Phoenix Super LPG. So why Phoenix Super LPG? This is a very good business also because this is a two-in-one business. So you have a LPG store and you also will get you will also get remittance center and payment center. So the capital investment is at 650,000 and the exclusive area distributorship is at 5 to 7 million. So the space requirement po is 30 square meters minimum. So if you are an animal lover and a pet lover, and you're interested in putting up a one-stop shop pet service and supply center, Pooch Park is the best for you. Pooch Park package starts at 2.7 million with a franchise fee of 400,000 and the space requirement is at minimum of 30 square meters. So if you want to request a free franchise matching consultation, please drop in on the chat box your name, email address, and brand interest. Or you may contact us on our smart and globe lines, or you can email at franchising@ufranchiseasia.com. Thank you very much, everyone, and stay safe.
Thank you so much, Miss Cruz. Now, we know that you're all excited to ask your questions to our presenters. So let's start the Q&A. Jen?
Okay, let's begin. First question is for Sir Gabby. So just to manage the expectation of our participants, how long does it usually take for signing the franchise agreement until the store opening? And follow-up question, normally how long is the term for the franchise contract?
Okay, so for the first question, normally it takes about 60 to 90 days. Ayan po ang normal target, no? After you have signed the franchise agreement up to the time that you open your store. Because responsible franchisees, meron po silang timeline palagi. Bilang po nila yung number of weeks from the time that you signed the franchise agreement to the time you begin constructing, kung merong construction involved, to hiring and training, to putting up the store and making everything complete, no? It takes about 60 to 90 days. Nagba-vary po yan kasi marami pong factors na pagsasabay-sabayin. Yung lease contract, yung training, kailan po ma-deliver yung mga equipments. So ayan. For the second question naman, a typical franchise term, nagva-vary din po yan depende sa level of investment, no? It could be 3 years, 4 years, 5 years. Tapos po, merong provision palagi for renewal. So if you are a good franchisee, you shouldn't have a problem renewing the term, no? Sometimes po pag maayos po ang franchisee, sinususpend na po yung mga renewal fees na yan, no? Kung maayos naman po yung franchisee. O kaya gagamitin po yung budget na yan para magpa-refurbish, let's say, ng shop nyo, ng branch nyo, improve yung looks, mga ganyan, no? So basically, nagva-vary po ang franchise term, depende po sa franchise agreement. Pero minimum should be 3 years yan.
All right. Thank you, Sir Gabby. So here's another question po. Pwede po bang hingin ang current financial report ng franchisor?
They may have available financial data, pero hindi po yan lahat sinishare sa franchisee, no? So basically, they could give you what is due to you, pero yung mga internal costings niyan, hindi po pwedeng i-share sa inyo kasi para sa kanila lang po yan, no? Kasi hindi po lahat pwedeng i-divulge sa inyo dahil ano po yan, financial secrets nila at kuminsan po trade and proprietary secrets din po nila yan.
Thank you, Sir Gabby. This is a question from Miss Aileen Batak. It's for all the presenters. If an OFW wants to get a franchise but cannot actively manage, well, because she is out of the country, is there a franchise or company that can manage in behalf of her? So it's like a management agreement ba siya? Let's start with the first. Okay, si Miss Rowena, nag-raise na.
Yeah, so for International Workplace Group, we actually have some potential investors who are asking the same. What's good is we offer the management agreement. So what does that mean? It's IWG, us, who will actually manage the business for them. So we enter into a franchise agreement as well as management agreement. So the answer is yes.
Okay. Any more? How about Miss Karen of Cafe Amazon?
Of course, with us, it would still be ideal that you manage the business or you have someone that you entrust the business with. Because at the end of the day, those are the business risks that you have to take. And of course, you'll be investing a lot of your financial money, katulad ng sinabi ni Sir Gabby kanina, na talagang pwedeng pera yan ng buong pamilya mo or ng ano. So, still, with us, since yung coffee shop business would really entail someone who loves the business, who has passion for the business, I would still suggest that you have someone that you entrust with, that you could also manage the business with. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you, Miss Karen. And then how about Miss Army of Kerrimo?
with Kerrimo, we do not have a management company to manage it for you. So like with Miss Karen, I would suggest that you partner with another relative who can help you manage the business, because as pointed out by Sir Gabby a while ago, active participation of the franchisee is a major requirement for the success of the business. So it is a hard earned money. So I don't think the concept, at least our concept, will work best if it is managed by somebody else that you do not know of. So it's still it should be in partnership with a relative or a good friend that you trust really with that hard earned money. Thank you.
All right. How about you, Sir Ruben? What's your take on this? You're on mute, sir.
Sorry ma'am. Sa mga franchise ko, usually karamihan ng franchises ko is OFW and government employee, no? I always tell them na maaari mag-hire sila ng relatives nila na magmamanage ng franchise nila. Okay? Usually kahit naman nasa abroad sila or nag-o-office naman sila, makikita naman kagad nila kung ano yung result ng outlet nila because of the financial.
All right. How about you, Miss Kate? May mga clients ba kayo na nag-accept ng ganito?
No, ma'am. Unfortunately, most of our brands that we handle under you franchise, they do not have that kind of package na magmamanage din sila ng store. Usually, the applicant talaga or those who they trust, yun ang nagmamanage ng store.
Okay. Yes, Kat, do we have another question?
Yes, Jen. Actually, this question is for all our presenters. So, will the franchisor help me find a good location? And can I also ask assistance for possible negotiations on lease? Can we start with Miss Army?
With Kerrimo, the responsibility of looking for the location is with the franchise applicant. But we help you in assessing if it will fit the concept or if it is the right market for the business. No, of course we can help you in negotiating, but the final decision will still be with you, in consideration of our profitability assumptions and projections. No, so if we see that even if you like the location and if we see that we will not be earning anything from that location because the rent is too high, then we will not recommend it to you. Thank you.
Thank you, Miss Army. Now may we hear from Miss Karen.
Yes, also with us, same with Miss Army, no. We also provide assistance when it comes to looking for locations, but the responsibility is not solely under us. So we also need the future franchisee to also look for their locations, and they can recommend it to us. However, for some locations, we also have received some good locations also from leasing managers and such. So we can also recommend those locations to them. But again, the final decision should always lie with the investor or the franchisee. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Miss Karen. Now may we hear from Sir Ruben?
Sa amin ma'am, no, nagpo-provide kami ng assistant but may additional fee. Okay? Kasi usually isa sa pinaka mahirap is paghahanap ng location and talagang magastos, no? But may mga ano naman ako ng mga franchisee na kapag may mga location na silang nahanap, pwede man namin bisitahin and to check is part of the ano naman namin yun as a franchisor. And then magre-recommend lang kami kung ang mga possible na pwede at magdi-decide pa rin naman doon yung franchisee.
Thank you, Sir Ruben. Now may we hear from Miss Kate. For the clients that you handle, do you also
For
offer production
For
assistance?
the brands that we have under you franchise, actually it depends. Some brands has pre-approved sites that we can offer to applicants or future franchisees. But some of our brands do not have, and they want the applicants to find the location, no? Their proposed location. But on the other hand, if they are having a hard time looking for a location, you franchise also offer site locator service. So it could be for a fee, pero may discount naman if they can ask, we can help them naman in terms of looking for a location.
Thank you, Miss Kate. How about for Miss Rowena? How do you do this for IWG?
Yeah, so for IWG, we actually do a mapping of the location. So on that mapping, we actually have pre-identified locations that we see fit for the products and centers that we will set up. Now, we will be recommending those locations to the franchisee. It's up to them if they would prefer those sites. But the final choice will be the franchisees say. So they can actually propose a location. So similar to what the earlier presenters have said, we will just check the viability of the site, whether that fits the market, what branding is more appropriate for that location. So we can assist them, but final say would be care of the franchisee.
Thank you, Miss Rowena. So there you have it. We truly have a fruitful day and a wonderful sharing of information. In the interest of time, you may contact directly our franchise presenters for your specific questions about their franchise business opportunities and of course to InLife, whatever your questions to them and for IWG may be. So their details was shown kanina. So you may contact them directly. So before we come to an end, allow us to conduct a short survey to know which brands you would like to get in touch with. Please note that by participating in this poll, you agree to share your email, name, and contact number to our presenters. This will help them contact you for their franchise packages. You may select multiple brands based on your interests. So while our participants are answering our survey, may we kindly ask our resource speaker and presenters for your brief closing messages or parting words. So may we start with Miss Army of Kerrimo?
Yeah, so thank you very much for this opportunity again. And we look forward to hearing um, inquiries, questions, concerns regarding Kerrimo from our participants this afternoon, and we hope to be working with some of them in the future. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Miss Army. Now may we hear from Sir Ruben of LC Big Mac.
Hello. Yes, ma'am. Thank you for inviting us, no? Para may discuss namin yung franchise package ng LC Big Mac. And any inquiry, please call us at 0998-868-9360 or email us at franchiseopsbigmac@gmail.com.
Thank you, Sir Ruben. Now may we hear from Miss Karen of Cafe Amazon.
Again, thank you to PFA for giving us this opportunity to promote our brand and to look for potential business partners that we could also have for our business. So, as Cafe Amazon continuously grows in the Philippines and as we continuously expand, not just in the Philippines, but in different parts of the world, we would also like to invite a lot potential business partners na nanonood ngayon. And if you have any other interested franchisors or future franchisees that would like to engage in this kind of business, you may contact us anytime. And please visit our page also, Cafe Amazon PH, to know more information about us. Thank you.
Thank you, Miss Karen. Now may we hear from Miss Grisel of InLife Insular Healthcare. You're on mute, ma'am.
Yeah. So again, thank you to PFA for making Insular Healthcare a part of this event. So for our attendees, any questions that you may have, do visit us at insularhealthcare.com.ph. Thank you.
Thank you, Miss Grisel. Now may we hear from Miss Rowena of IWG.
Yeah, so never waste a good crisis, according to Winston Churchill. So now is the right time to really invest. COVID has caused the biggest flexible working experiment in history, and not a single company will have the same workspace requirement post-COVID as they are pre-COVID. So employers and employees alike are not even expecting to return to their offices in the same manner. So the employees have, for the longest, wanted this flexibility, and now it's evident that it's both viable and offers a cost saving in conventional office space. So, for any interest to operate your own business for on flexible working spaces, please contact me or drop an email on my designated email address. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Rowena. Now may we hear from Ms. Kate of You Franchise?
Yes, thank you everyone for joining this or webinar. And if you are looking for a franchise business, we will be happy to assist you, and we will be matching you on the right franchise. And we hope to see you soon and do business with you. Stay safe, everyone.
Thank you, Ms. Kate. Now, may we hear from our main speaker, Sir Gabby of Francorp.
Okay, so thank you. No, so as Mang Bing said earlier, no, during the beginning of this talk, the golden age of franchising is projected to be from 2021 to 2025. We may be in a difficult situation right now, but sooner than later, businesses will bounce back already, okay, because of the rollout of the vaccines. So many opportunities will arise. Yes, maraming nagsara, which opens the opportunity for a lot more new concepts to come in. So while franchising is projected to really flourish, dapat po mag-partake po tayo dyan sa opportunity na yan, no? So aralin po natin na maigi, and good luck po sa search nyo for a franchise concept, no? Good afternoon po.
Thank you very much, Sir Gabby. So there you have it. Thank you for once again to our presenters and resource speakers. Of course, to our participants for staying with us. So this webinar is co-presented by BPI, PLDT Enterprise, InLife Insular Healthcare, and in partnership with Phoenix Petroleum, Sea Oil Philippines, Mega World, and International Workplace Group.
Again, thank you very much, everyone, most especially to our partners and for the kind support of DTI and OWA. This has been Kat Teresa wishing everyone a great afternoon. Keep safe, stay healthy, and God bless everyone.
Yes, Kat, maraming salamat for staying with us. This webinar is recorded, so if you would like to view it again, just visit our Facebook and YouTube page at Philippine Franchise Association or our website at www.franchisefinderph.com. Again, thank you so much for your support. This has been Jen Canseco. Until next time on How to Invest in the Right Franchise webinar. Stay safe and God bless everyone.